Everyone, welcome back to another video. Ikari Kenshin here, and today we're going to be reacting to a video by Metagoblin. Uh, so he made a video. It's called "Better Than Any Phase 2 Season of Discovery Preparation Guide." Now, I haven't seen this video yet. I started to watch it. I think I was like maybe a minute in, and then I was like, you know what, this would actually be a really cool video to watch and talk about. So we're gonna watch this video and we're gonna react to it and give our thoughts on what Metagoblin has to say about Phase 2 preparation.
I was in the middle of making a preparation guide for phase 2, but in the middle of it, I thought to myself, what's the point? Season of Discovery is literally the most casual.
Okay, I gotta stop it here. I agree already. All right, so that is the question for me at least. For some strange reason, all I'm seeing on YouTube is content about how to best prepare for phase 2, what things, consumables and profession items you should be crafting, or people talking about pre-questing and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you guys have no idea what's coming next phase. You don't know what's coming next phase. And the fact that so many people are trying to milk the content cow by making these videos sounds actually kind of unproductive to me. I mean, sure, you need content for your channel, right? But I'm sure there's other things you could do to make content for your channel.
Friendly version of WoW we have ever seen. You really don't need to spend hours upon hours preparing for the next round of content. Look, some people play WoW hardcore, some people play it casually, and I think both approaches to the game should be understood and respected.
Right.
But the most important thing is that you should play the game however the you want
However
to
you
play
want,
it. Not the
exactly.
way your favourite streamer does, who, by the way, has the luxury to play the game over 100 hours a week. So most guides out there are recommending.
Right. So that's another thing, right? Like Blizzard's Blizzard's idea for this particular iteration of Classic WoW, their main motivation here is to entertain more casual players, and that's what they said at the conference or at BlizzCon. They said that this is supposed to be aimed towards casual players a little more so than others, and for the simple fact that there's so many sweaty people min-maxing and freaking racing to level cap and doing world's first raid clears and all this other stuff is actually really stupid to me, because that takes away from the entirety of the game. This is supposed to be a new experience. Obviously, there are things that we have already experienced in classic WoW, and Season of Discoveries Season of Discovery has not been a total overhaul of the game, right? There's only been, a few things that Blizzard has added into the game to make it more interesting. And it is more interesting. You don't need a whole lot, but it's it's entertaining enough, and people are just they're just doing so much. They're doing so much, and it's actually exhausting to watch. It's all over YouTube. But anyway,
You to spend hours of playtime preparing quests, grinding rep, farming lot boxes for high level greens, but I'm gonna say, f all of that. When you log into SOD, the first thing you should be thinking is, what should I do today to have fun in the game? This is
exactly.
the way SOD has been designed. You don't have to quit your job, trade in your wife for camels and take your children to an orphanage to play the game. You have plenty of time to catch up with other players. If you want to go fishing for 10 hours straight to farm high level greens, then by all means, crack on. But you shouldn't feel obligated to do sweaty try hard things just because me and other YouTubers make guides about stuff like that. We're
Hmm.
making guides for players who prefer to try hard the game. We're not making the guides with a philosophy that everyone should do what we are saying in the video. So let me give you a very different Phase 2 preparation guide. You see, the best way to be prepared for Phase 2 is to be unprepared.
Unprepared,
Now, before you think I've been
exactly.
smoking too much long bottom leaf, hear me out. The whole point of Season of Discovery is, well, clues in the name.
Discovery.
When Phase 2 launches, there will be an abundance of new runes to discover in the world. The hype of this discovery phase is the most fun period of the game.
Yep.
Instead of focusing on optimizing my leveling speed, I'm going to be focusing on discovering and investigating new things in the open world that I don't quite understand, because being the first to discover and obtain a new rune is a very unique and fun experience.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I must agree with Metagoblin on that. Uh, when I first started playing Season of Discovery, I wasn't even looking for videos like this. I wasn't looking for how to prepare for this and what mindset you should be in for the launch of Season of Discovery Phase 1. Like, no, I didn't care. I just jumped into the game and I played and I had a good time. And that's exactly how I plan on going into Phase 2. I plan on going in not knowing a damn thing. I'm just gonna get in and I'm gonna play and I'm gonna have a good time.
So I ask you this, why would you prepare 20 quests to turn in and get to level 40 by grinding dungeons as fast as possible? How are you going to discover anything by grinding Scarlet Monastery over and over? I mean, there will probably be some runes of the dungeons, but the majority will be in the open world. In my humble opinion, I don't think the leveling journey should or needs to be rushed. And anyway, turning in quests now to make gold is probably going to give you the least amount of headache in the long run, because farming gold for your mount is very important.
Mm-hmm.
One prep tip I would actually recommend, as it is fun to do and it doesn't take very long, is to farm your race's faction rep to Honoured and get PvP rank 3, as this reduces the cost of your mount at level 40.
That's actually
and you will farm some gold in the process.
that's actually a prep that makes sense, right? Because you know that in Phase 2 that you have to buy your mount at 40. So why not, make it easier on yourself cost wise? Because if you do grind out this rep and you get honored with these factions, then your amount's going to cost less. So that means that that's less you have to go out in the world and grind if you don't really want to, and that makes a lot of sense to me.
Which is always useful. Obviously, when the server launches, the server will be pretty overpopulated, but it won't be anywhere near as bad as the launch. You will very likely still be able to quest, and my advice would be to simply not play the launch and wait until the day after, and ideally not play during peak times if you can avoid it, because you really shouldn't worry about falling behind. Remember, we're only going up to level 40, it's 15 levels.
That's true. That's true, but I honestly think that there is a certain feeling of nostalgia I get when I jump into the game on the first day of launch. Like when Season of Discovery launched, I was super excited. Obviously, there were a shit ton of people, and it was hard as hell to get quests done. And I did end up logging off for a little while and then coming back and trying again because the lag was crazy and I couldn't get my quest done. But like just logging in and seeing the tons of people in the game, it brought me back to the original launch of World of Warcraft. So it gives me a feeling of nostalgia that I really like. So I mean, I wouldn't mind playing the first day of launch.
Won't take long. Don't be taking time off work and sacrificing your personal life to play the game. It's really not worth it. Save your holiday days for actual holidays, festivals, events, especially beer festivals obviously, because there is more to life than playing a 20-year-old video game. But if you have some time to play the launch, then yes, it will likely be smarter to do dungeons for the first few hours to avoid frustration. Now, the leveling itself should be enjoyed, not rushed. You can rush later when you level up alts. Personally, when I'm leveling in vanilla, I focus more on having fun than optimizing my XP per hour. To be honest, I kind of fluctuate between a power leveling and a chilled leveling mood,
Right.
but both are fun. Usually
Balance.
I will choose to do long quest chains for the fun of doing them and to get their rewards. I also
Right.
love doing all the work that is required to prepare quests for dungeons, because you cannot beat the dopamine rush of hitting a full stack of dungeon quests. When you
Yeah.
get all of those turned in, it's a juicy amount of XP.
XP.
Also,
Yep.
getting quests for dungeons provides some story background to the dungeon, and you usually find out facts about the dungeon that you didn't know. If you're like me and hate reading quest text, then the add-on voiceover is a godsend as it reads
That's
out
an
quest
awesome
text
add-on. I love that
every
add-on.
session. This way you actually get a basic understanding of why you are in the dungeon or whatever zone you are questing in. With Phase 2, the new World PvP event will release in Stranglethorn Vale. We still don't know what it's going to look like, but even without the event, skirmishes and STV are always good fun on a PvP server. I'll probably spend a lot of time not focusing on leveling, but instead focusing on World PvP and doing multiple dungeon runs to get the best gear that I can get to outmatch other players in the open world, which is admittedly easy for me to say because it's way more fun doing this on a Warlock. But honestly, some of my most fun
Warlock.
memories of playing vanilla have been all-out raid wars in STV and
Yeah.
Vale. It's
What?
really important to not burn out when you're playing the game
So
and get
cool.
upset about falling behind, which is why I usually don't even watch WoW streamers on launches, because you will always feel that sense of FOMO, and also when they start talking about newly discovered runes, it kind of ruins the point
Ruins
of
it,
seasonal
yeah.
discovery.
And it spoils it
My
for you.
advice, honestly, as a content creator myself, will be to totally avoid WoW streamers on Twitch and watching guides on YouTube. Personally, I won't be making many sword videos anyway, as I want to continue my Cataclysm series and some other passion projects, so yeah, you can still watch my videos, don't worry. So the main message of this video is, you should only do preparation for Phase 2 if you find it fun, because it's really not needed. It takes around 2 hours to get to level 27. Yes, if you prepare 20 quests, you can get there in about 30 minutes, but think of the gold you will lose by not turning them in now. It's probably in the ballpark of 40 gold. And think about how long it takes to farm 40.
And also, you lose experience. These quests that send you out into the world and makes you have to kill mobs. Everyone knows that in Classic WoW, grinding is a big part of leveling because of the fact that there weren't enough quests in the game to get you all the way to level cap. So regardless of the fact if they change that for this iteration of the game, you still need to kill mobs to get experience. Experience from mobs is a big part of getting is a big part of, you know, escalating and growing in your experience bar, not just questing. So if you sit here and you pre-do quests at cap right now and then just turn them in when the phase 2 comes out, then you're missing out on a ton of experience because all you did was turn in the quest to get the experience. It's I don't I think that's pretty stupid. I'm not calling anyone stupid, but I think it's a stupid idea.
Gold. So are you really saving that much time? Is it really worth getting to level 40 1 hour before everyone else for the cost of 40 gold? I know there's going to be some absolute melt in the comment section saying that, well, you made a quest stack prep guide. Well, yeah, I made that for people who do want to rush. I didn't make that guide for everyone. You don't have to follow that guide if you don't want to.
Right.
Personally, all I'm doing to prepare is the following. I'll get some flight paths. I've already grinded rank 3 in my faction rep to reduce the cost of my mount. I'm going to get a chrono boon at launch with a world buff so I can actually get 4 hours the world buff.
Okay.
I might farm some more Sun Gulch rep to get the epics level 40, but to be honest,
I want that.
It's not worth it because something will drop from the new Nomagon raid that will match the spell power of that rest gear, and I might prepare some consumes for World PvP and STV, and that's about it. I'm just going to jump into the game and enjoy myself like a normal person.
Right. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. He's about to finish this here, but yeah, those things are exactly what I'm doing. I went in the auction house and I bought some resistance recipes from an alchemist. I'm holding on to like heavy leather on my leather worker and stuff like that. Like, and I'm just trying to get my gold to a decent place where I can just buy my mount at 40. And I'm also trying to get the level 40 bracers from my characters, but that's about it. Because he says that, oh, he doesn't think that it might be viable to get those, but I still think they are because we all know how RNG works. And once you hit 40 and then you go into Nomergon, it's probably gonna take you quite a while to get bracers. So if you already have it prepped, why not just get them as soon as you hit 40, and you'll have good bracers for when you're doing the raid. And then when you get a new set of bracers, then you're good. So I don't know. That's just me.
Would recommend that you do the same. But at the end of the day, you can do whatever the you wanna do. My name is Metagoblins. In the next video, ciao.
That's an awesome video. And you know what? Big ups to Metagoblin for that video, because when I first came to this channel, I thought he was a tryharder, but I mean, he he is and then he isn't, right? You know what I mean? Like he does this content for people, like he said, that are interested in it, and then you don't have to do those things. I just find it interesting to watch his channel because he makes some really really good points, and I enjoy his content. Um, Thanks so much for making this video, Metagoblin. Appreciate it. And yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Like the prepping for phase 2 is not that serious. And if you're a casual player, you don't need to do all that extra try hard stuff. It's really not that serious at all. Um I my vacation is actually on the week of the launch. So I'll be on vacation and I'll be in there doing the thing. I'm super excited about it and I can't wait. We're only about 2.5 weeks away. So there's that. But I'm looking forward to it. And I hope honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first try at a reaction video, and I hope I did it how I was supposed to do it. Um, for everyone who's watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. If you liked it, just drop that like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And if you have any thoughts of any of the stuff that I talked about or Meta Goblin talked about in the video, you can just drop it down in the comment section. But there's nothing else to talk about, right? All right. I'll catch you guys on the next one.